Hey designers and agencies, Helen here, and today we're going to be talking about why you still might be struggling to get some of those premium clients. My name's Helen Knight. I'm the founder of Creative Business Brain. We help lots and lots of amazing designers and agencies all around the world to attract the right clients. And a lot of the clients that we help all have the same kind of issues. So that's why I like talking about them, trying to help people understand how you can get past that stage, how you can actually create the vision you really want and the type of business that you really want. But sometimes we do have to talk about some of the harsh truths about growing a business. And don't worry, everyone's been through it. So don't feel like it's just you. You're not on your own. And that's why it's good to talk about these things. So, yeah, you're not on your own at all. And it is so common, actually, that people just don't understand why they're not getting the work they want. And even though you've worked thousands and millions of hours on being the best designer you can be, and I'm sure you are, it's not about the skill. So you need to stop feeling bad and stop telling yourself that you're not good enough because you are, okay? And I used to tell myself all the wrong things when I was younger and I was a young designer, and I used to really be way too tough on myself. Instead of doing that, it's important to start understanding value, understanding how you are perceived, understanding the messages you're sending out there, even without realizing it, because you'll start to notice that different levels of business are looking for different things. So it depends, obviously, how long you've had your business for. You might have just started out, or you might have been going for a long, long time, but you will start to notice patterns, and you'll notice that premium clients don't actually want to just buy a service, they want to buy outcomes. Okay, so it it might be that you're offering to improve a presentation, but what is a presentation for? Is it going to help them to get some investments, or get some funding or something like that? So you've got to look at what it's actually for, what it's actually going to do for them, and actually care a bit more about that so that you can use that in your messaging, you can use that on your social media, and it really will start to make a big difference. If what you're doing just sounds like everyone else and it's the same design lingo you're using and the same generic language, then you will have a race to the bottom, I'm afraid. And that's a really hard lesson to go through. I went through it myself, and it was really painful. It was really upsetting because I thought my work would just carry me through, and it didn't. So it's important to start to have much clearer, more confident positioning when you're putting out your profile and you're creating everything really for your ideal client. So it's all about having that confidence to show them what you can really do for them, having that confidence that what you do does make a big difference, and that will help you to stand out massively. It will help you really set yourself apart from everybody else. And most people skip this, and they'll skip this because they don't feel like they've got the confidence to say that it can have a bigger impact when in fact it does. And then they just blame the market. They'll go, oh well, everyone's struggling at the minute, or everybody's cutting the budgets, and they'll look at all the reasons why, and trying to think of excuses why it's not working for them, when in fact, if they just spent a bit of time really understanding their client more, or their ideal client, and really perfecting some positioning, perfecting the messaging, the voice that you're using on social media, then you'll find it so much easier. It's really nothing to do with the market. It's nothing to do with what's going on in the world. And obviously, those things do impact us in different ways. But it's about, when you're an entrepreneur, you have to use those things as an advantage, not a disadvantage. You need to see the good in everything, and you need to pivot and learn how to position yourself in a way that you can take an advantage of the things that are happening, not as an excuse. When you really understand your value in the market, you're going to rise, you're going to become a leader, you're going to be very confident about the way you come across, it's going to have a massive impact on everything. And often it just starts with how you feel about yourself. If you don't feel worthy enough to have a bigger, more successful business, and I don't care what level you're at the moment, everybody has these human emotions and human feelings, okay? We're all human beings. So it's not silly. We all go through feeling like that sometimes. So it's about just realizing that and realizing that you can create the future you want if you start to believe you can have it. And you might, at the moment, you might feel that you're not good enough to do something. You're not, you're worried that a certain level of company won't want to talk to you because you've not had experience in a certain area. All of those things are just excuses that you're giving yourself to reasons why you can't do something. When in fact, if you just went for it and you kept um, perfecting everything that I'm talking about, you will do extremely well. You will probably surprise yourself and do way better than you ever imagined. I saw a good example actually online the other day, and a guy was saying, you don't look at a baby and think, oh, that baby's not good enough, that baby's not worthy. You don't look at a child and say that. And that's and but we say it about ourselves sometimes if we're not feeling that we can achieve something. So, and I know it's a bit hard to get your head around sometimes, but we're all worthy. We all deserve everything that we want in life. We all have the same ability to perfect our skills and to achieve what we want. And at the end of the day, everything you do is just a skill, and anyone can learn how to do those things. It doesn't matter, there's Olympic athletes out there that had once never thrown a javelin, or what other sports are there that they'd never ran a race before. There was one day where they'd never done that, and they learned how to do those things. They learned to become amazing at what they do. And you are obviously amazing at designing, but you've got to be amazing at running a business as well. And that's where things are feel very uncomfortable sometimes for people when they're learning because they feel like they should already know these things, when in fact there's no reason why you should believe that you should know, because no one's ever showed you, no one's ever told you, no one's guided you, no one's supported you, and you shouldn't feel bad about that. I felt bad for years that I didn't feel good enough. I didn't, my business wasn't doing very well, and really thought that was to do with me, and I took it personally. And you've got to really start to realize that none of this is personal. None of it is about you, really. It's not about you personally. It's about what you can do for the world once you really master yourself and take your business seriously. And you are amazing at what you do. And when you start to really believe that, that's when you start taking massive action. That's when things get exciting, and that's when you can grow an amazing business. So it's time to start being really smart about how you're being perceived in the marketplace. Decide to set your own kind of markers, like set your own level. What do you really want to achieve? And start to position yourself in a way that really does give people a reason to choose you. If you're not doing that, it's very hard to grow a very lucrative business, because people will always compare you to everyone else. So if you want to stop that happening, you want to start finding it a bit easier, and you want to know how to position yourself in the way that premium clients will take you seriously, if you comment position below, I'll send you a free breakdown of how that works and some free training. If you want any more help at all, or obviously book a call as well if you'd like some more help. Have an amazing week, everyone, and I'll talk to you soon.